That was a song from Kyle James Hauser.
It's 86 degrees here in Crescent Hill.
It's 8:30.
Let's take a look at the WCHQ concert view for
Monday, August 8th.
That's Miss Kelly Newton right there.
That's Kevin Cox right in front of me.
That's right. Tonight over at Gerstl's Place, Mr. Petar Mandic. Over at Gilbert's, Rockadelic. And don't forget to tune in right here on WCHQ tonight at 8:30 for Beyond the Music, where they will feature Miss Haley Shields.
This has been your WCHQ Concert View. If you've got a show you'd like to let us know about, go to CrescentHillRadio.com and hit the icon at the top of the screen that says List Your Gig.
Now a song from Brian Troy.
Yeah.
Fiber fence. This is Beyond the Music. And good evening, everybody. Gavin Castor here with you. And this is Beyond the Music. Just like I said a few seconds earlier. My guest tonight is Miss Haley Shields from Indiana. Hey, how you doing?
Hi, I'm good.
Good. Glad you are here. I'm glad you can make it back. I say make it back because you were my guest on my Sunday spot not too long ago. When was that? A couple of months ago or something?
June, I think.
So, glad to have you back.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And you found your way back to our little basement studio here.
I did.
And you can follow us live on YouTube, live stream right now. And so you can see Haley and catch her singing live here. You want to start us off with the tune?
Yeah, this song's called Take This Hammer.
Great, thanks.
Take this hammer and carry it to the captain. Take this hammer and carry it to the captain. Take this hammer and carry it to the captain. Tell him I'm gone. Tell him I'm gone. And if he asks you, was I running? If he asks you, was I running? If he asks you, was I running? Tell him I was flying. Tell him I was flying. And if he asks you, was I laughing? If he asks you, was I laughing? If he asks you, was I laughing? Well, tell him I was crying. Tell him I was crying. And I don't want no cornbread and molasses. I don't want no cornbread and molasses. I don't want no cornbread and molasses. It hurts my pride. It hurts my pride. So take this hammer and carry it to the captain. Take this hammer and carry it to the captain. Take this hammer, carry it to the captain, and tell him I'm gone. Tell him I'm gone. Oh, tell him I'm gone. Tell him I'm gone.
Yes, indeed. Miss Haley Shields live in the studio here on 100.9 WCHQ Louisville. You're listening to Beyond the Music. Gavin Castor here as host. Very nice.
Thank you.
Very nice. That's, I know you played that last time, didn't
Yeah,
you? Yeah,
I did.
Yeah, it's an old spiritual.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's something that you like to channel to, isn't it?
Yes, I love all the old folk stuff, and I love to think that they actually sang it back then, and I'm singing it now, and
Yeah.
it's cool. So
Yeah. I hope you don't mind my saying. Of course, I think we said it before. You're kind of an old soul like that. You like to.
yeah. Thank you.
And it's one of those, if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of thing, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Well, I think it's wonderful that young people like you are keeping those traditionals alive, and of course on your Facebook page, which is at Haley Shields Music, at Haley Shields Music. Boy, I cannot talk tonight. You've got a video of you singing a Patsy Cline song.
Yes.
Yeah.
I do a lot of that old country, a lot of Marty Robbins
Oh, yeah.
too. So I'll sing one of his tonight too. So
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Why don't you tell a little bit, tell our listeners a little bit more about yourself as far as where you got started.
okay, I first began guitar lessons with Jeff Guernsey around maybe 5 years ago. I think I started when I was 13, and a couple years later, I really started singing. And my very first show I had was at a talent contest, and I was so scared. I was shaking, and I forgot the lyrics to one of the songs while I was up there, but thankfully I made it through. But I from there I got to go to the Indiana State Fair and played in their talent contest, and then I just tried to get every gig I could from there. I fell in love with it, and so farmers markets and coffee shops and any restaurant I can play at, just trying to play everywhere I can. So.
Wow, that's great. And was there an aspect, was it just being at the microphone? Because I know there's two different things, you know, because playing music itself is a wonderful thing. And but getting at the microphone and seeing how all that works, is that what attracted you to it?
Yeah, it was, it's a lot with, I just love singing, and I love singing for people and being able to share these old folk songs, try to help them live on and share these stories with people. That's really what I like about it.
Yeah.
What got me going.
Yeah. Well, you're off to a great start, I'll tell you. And I'm sorry, when was your first gig? How old were you?
I was 15, I think.
Yeah.
14 or 15. It was a few years ago. So.
Yeah, a few years ago.
Yeah.
So it shows you've got a great presence. I mean, you're here in the studio playing live, and you're just as calm as can be.
Yeah, thankfully the nervousness has worn off, and I've gotten very used to it now. So,
Yeah. It's gone from being a scared nervous to what do you call it? An I won't want to say anxiety, but it's more like just anxious.
Mm-hmm.
You're ready to get up there and give yourself.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. That's awesome. So, thankfully, you gave me permission to talk about this
Yes.
before the show. You are in a music video for a very famous band. Yeah. Why don't
Yeah.
you tell us about that?
I got to be in a music video for the Avett Brothers. I have loved the Avett Brothers for many years now, and I sent in. Well, let's start from the beginning. Online they had on a website casting call for people who wanted to be in this music video, and they wanted you to send in a headshot and your contact information. And I didn't really have a headshot. I just had something I took on one of my cameras, and I sent that in, and I didn't expect to be chosen at all. But
Yeah.
One night they called me and said they wanted me to be in it. So a few days after they called me, I went down to North Carolina, Asheville, and they actually dyed my hair pink for the music video.
I wanted to ask you about that.
yeah.
So they dyed it pink. For
Yeah.
You. Yeah.
And as you can see, I loved it, and I went pink again.
Yes.
But
I like the treatment because
Yeah.
you have the touch of pink,
Yep.
which is cool.
yeah, thank you. But so yeah, we went down there one night to get my hair pink. Then we came back to Indiana. Then we went back the next day to shoot the music video, and it was I didn't know if I was going to be in the music video with the Avett Brothers or not. And the first thing we got to hair and makeup, and the first thing I walked in, and right to the left was Scott Avett, and
Wow.
like right there, I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. And I got to be in scenes with Scott Avett, and I got to see them and talk to them, and they were so nice, and I still can't believe it to this day.
Wow. Wow. How cool is that? Being an Avett Brothers video.
Yep.
Yeah. A lot of young ladies are out there going, I wish I made that. And you did a good job. You got a good camera presence. I watched
Yeah.
that video. So you were kind of like the angst teen
Yep,
waiting in line.
Yep.
Like, who are you?
Yep, that's exactly it. They called me the hipster, and had to act all like I was better than everyone. And really inside, I was just like, holy crap, I'm in an Avett Brothers music video. So I was just like,
Yeah, you pulled it off well.
Yeah.
You know, that's why they call it
you.
acting, right?
Yep, that's right.
You were like the polar opposite inside. Of what you were
Yes,
playing.
yes.
Yeah. That is really cool. That is really
Yeah.
cool. So did you get to play and sing for them, or you just...
No, I didn't. It
Oh,
was,
wow.
They were still filming after we did our set, and
Yeah.
I did get to talk to them a little bit, and I got to take pictures with them, and got to say hi to them, so
That's cool.
that was good.
Well, I'll tell you what, if you keep booking festivals, you never know. You know, you may be sharing the stage with them
Yeah.
someday soon.
I would love that.
Yeah, it happens pretty quick. Pretty quick. I mean, is really wild. I was listening to NPR's a couple of years ago. NPR was covering the South by Southwest, and I forgot what band was playing up there. One of the bigger bands up there. And middle of the set, they said, "We like to call our good friend Ben Soley out here on stage with us." You know, local boy. You know, they call him out on stage to play with them. I'm like, this is really cool. You know. So, you know, you never know. You might be
Yeah.
called up there with you know, M Ward or a lot of those bands. God, I can't keep up with them. She and Him is one. Emily Deschanel, not Emily, Zoe Deschanel, and old man's kicking in here. But anyway, you're listening to 100.9 WCHQ Louisville. This is Beyond the Music. I'm Gavin Castor. My guest tonight is Miss Haley Shields. You got another tune for us?
Yes.
All right.
Since we were talking about the Avett Brothers, I'll do one of their tunes.
Great.
This is The Fall.
Miss Haley Shields here on Beyond the Music, 100.9 WCHQ.
something new that I haven't felt before. Like messages of love and directions to your door. But please talk slowly, I don't hear good anymore. And we all fall down. And we all fall down. Well, don't die on me, lady, only good things can come. To those who practice reason and recognize good fun, your absence is the bullet and the past is your gun. And we all fall down. And we all fall down. Well, she still doesn't answer, though she knows that she's done wrong. We bury the memory along with the songs. When she wakes up, well, I hope that we are gone. And we all fall down. And we all fall down. There's a visitor in black at my neighbor's house. The neighbor says tomorrow, the visitor says now. When he comes here, please tell him that I'm out. And we all fall down. And we all fall down.
100.9 WCHQ, Miss Haley Shields performing an Avid Brothers tune, All Fall Down. Great stuff. Love your voice.
Thank you.
Love to backtrack a little bit. You talked about taking guitar lessons with Jeff Guernsey.
Yes.
And for those who are not musicians who don't know, Jeff Guernsey is a music legend. The guy's a Nashville recording artist and brilliant player. He plays many instruments. If it has strings, he plays them.
Yeah.
Basically, and he still plays all over the place. I know Greg Forsman has a killer fundraiser every January, I think, February at Headliners, and he puts on, and he always has Jeff there with him and a couple other songwriters. But why don't you tell us about your experience with Jeff?
Okay. I first started with Jeff about 5.5 years ago. I was 13. And my sister had started fiddle lessons with him. And then, so we found out about him from that. So I took guitar lessons. And I've been doing lessons with him for 5 years. And he can make the simplest things sound so good. And I don't know how he does it, but...
Yeah. So has he accompanied you, whether, during lessons, or has he offered to accompany you on stage?
Yeah, we, during lessons, we play a lot of pickin' songs, fiddle tunes, and we did a festival together around a year ago. It was Acoustafest down in Sellersburg, and we sang a few songs, and he accompanied me on one of my originals, and that was cool because I was just used to playing it on my guitar, and he played the mandolin, and his girlfriend played the fiddle on it. And
wow.
So it was really fun to see that come together.
Yeah.
Yeah, and before we hadn't even practiced. All we did was we got up on the stage. He learned the song at his house, and I played the song at mine. And the first time we ever played it together was on that stage. So
Wow.
and it came together well. So
Yeah,
Good.
I bet it was really hard for you to focus in on what you were doing by yourself, because I'm sure you were thinking, "Wow, this sounds amazing!
Yep.
How cool is this?"
Yes.
Yeah, I know that feeling. So when you started taking lessons, were you playing at all beforehand, or you just started showing an interest? in
Yeah,
guitar?
I started out with the mandolin.
Yeah.
And then from there I think I wanted to switch to the guitar. I liked the sound of the guitar better, and I could sing along with the guitar. So I switched from mandolin to guitar, and so now I'm here. So.
Yeah, I want to say, your playing is very fluid.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, very fluid and very natural. So that's really cool. I mean, you've got a great foundation, So are you sticking? Are you going to stick with the guitar? Are you going to broaden your horizons a little?
Yeah, right now I'm doing piano lessons.
Cool.
Yeah, I play the ukulele. I plan to pick up the banjo. I love the banjo, and I have a harmonica I'm going to learn, and there's all kinds of
Great.
stuff I want to learn. So hopefully I'll pick the mandolin back up, and want to play all the instruments I can. So yeah.
Yeah. So I'm curious how the transition from the guitar neck to the keyboard, how is that for you?
Yeah, it was they're just completely different. I had to learn how to read music. I didn't read music before, and it was just like starting off with a new instrument, because moving from mandolin to guitar, they were still like stringed instruments, and it was still more familiar than going from
frets
the
and
guitar.
dots.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was definitely different, but I like it a lot, and it's going
Oh,
going
good.
well. So.
Good. Yeah. That's one thing I learned, and you're probably going to say, yeah, it's just like that, only in reverse, because I originally played piano. So all your notes are the shapes of the keys on the piano. And transitioning to guitar, I had a horrible time because I was trying to play notes. And then it wasn't until I took a few lessons and learning to play scales. And the teacher said, guess what? You're not playing notes. You're playing finger patterns. And that's what playing guitar is all about. It's about finger patterns and chord shapes on the neck, and where you play those patterns or where you play those chords is the key that you're in. Whereas on a piano, it's very, very physical, and like I said, every note, every shape key on there has a label. You find middle C first, and how do you know it? It's that L-shaped key right in the middle of the keyboard. So I had a really, really tough time, and I'm, even after playing guitar for 20 some odd years, it's still somewhat of a learning experience, because I have to review every time I sit down with that, because I'm transitioning. I still kind of translate from keyboard to the guitar neck, but I'm getting there. You have the benefit of youth on your side, so you can pick it up a whole lot quicker. So are you still writing? Doing a lot of writing now?
Yeah, I just try to write whenever I get an idea and get an inspiration. So
It's great. Do you have a particular writing process, or it just
No.
comes at you?
yeah, I sometimes I'll just think of random lyrics throughout the day, and sometimes I'll just sit down with my guitar and just play random chords and then add lyrics to it. It really depends on the song. It's different with every song.
Yeah. That's cool. Do you have any originals with you tonight?
Yeah, I do.
Cool. You're listening to Beyond the Music on 100.9 WCHQ Louisville. I'm Gavin, and my guest tonight is Miss Haley Shields, and you can follow her on Facebook at Haley Shields Music. and she's got an original for us.
This one is called Tiny Box. Decisions are much too hard for me. Confusion was, confusion took over me, and I don't know if I'm gonna live to see tomorrow. Well, I sure hope that I live to see tomorrow. You only live one life, so you've heard, but let that sink in, no, let it burn. Now I know how to save my mind, but clocks don't know how to tell my time. Let me out of my room, oh, I'm reaching out to you. Well, I've been trapped in a tiny box of many colors and loud tick-tocks. Never had a problem with who I am. I wanna rain down on dried out yards and do the best I can. So I wrote who I am in the song, with the hope people would hear and sing along. Let me out of my room, oh, I'm reaching out to you. Well, I've been trapped in a tiny box of many colors and loud tick-tock. I've been trapped in a tiny box of many colors and loud tick-tock. Trapped in a tiny box of many colors and loud tick-tocks.
Miss Haley Shields. Oh my goodness, I can't talk tonight. You're on Beyond the Music. You pulled that off really well.
Oh, thank you.
For those who weren't looking on live stream, she was right in the middle of the last line of the song, and her headphones fell off right down onto her neck. Yeah. Nice song.
Thank you.
Very nice song. Tell us how that came about.
Yeah, I was sitting there on my phone, and I realized, gosh, I'm on my phone way too much. I need to go out and do something. So that's where I'm trapped in a tiny box. That's my little phone.
Wow.
And so the verses are kind of around like what I really am and what I want to accomplish, and need to get out of that tiny box. So.
Yeah, amen to that. Yeah. My wife will attest to that regarding to me. I'm constantly on the phone. Call it the electronic leash, but the tiny box is a lot better. Yeah. Yeah, that works real well. Anyway, gigs coming up. You got Farmers Market coming up, right?
Yep. Corden Farmers Market.
Corden. And that's on a Friday night, right?
Friday night, 4 to 7.
4 to 7 in Corden, Indiana. Does that take place in the town square, or where does that take place at?
Yeah, close to the town square. The town square. I don't know what that really
I don't know
fast,
what I just 3
said.
times real fast. That's Corden's one of my favorite towns. My wife and I like to go there and tour the old courthouse and the old what was the other old house that was there? And of course the old the Constitution tree that's still there, isn't it? In a little park.
Mm-hmm.
So that's August 26th, 4 to 7, and then you're playing again there September 27 as well.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, my first time was just this July, and it's a really cool place, really cool little community. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Love the place. This is a beautiful drive up there, too. So you are from Indiana.
Yep.
I say you're from Indiana. You're still in Indiana, I should say. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, Memphis. Just a tiny little town.
Memphis, Indiana.
Yeah.
So you plan, I guess you're wanting to expand your touring, I guess, right?
Yeah, I am.
Try to get something going down here in Louisville.
Yeah, I played at Headliners before with the Power Music Project, and
Yeah.
I played quite a few places in Louisville, but I definitely like to expand even more throughout Louisville. So.
You played a show not too long ago with Troubadours, Divine Bliss, too.
Yeah, and Korean Hetty, their CD release show, and the Troubadours of
That's
Divine
right.
Bliss were there
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. That was a great show. And, of course, it's sad that Cree and Hetty no longer make music together, but my goodness, they left behind an incredible legacy.
Yes.
Music. Was it 3 albums? And each album just kept getting better and better. But they've moved on to other things, and they're real happy. So glad to see those guys still happy what they're doing. So anyway, you have another song for us.
Yep.
Cool. This is Miss Haley Shields here on Beyond the Music, 100.9 WCHQ Louisville. And after this, I'll go over the schedule for shows coming up.
This is a Langhorne Slim tune. This is called Past Lives. Don't remember being born, don't remember how it felt. Never knew the deal or the way it was dealt. I know it was in August, I heard it was hard. I know I got a mother who loves me a lot. Do you believe in past lives? Haven't I met you before? When they say I was dead, it wasn't true, I was just dead to you. But I ain't dead anymore, no. Maybe I was an outlaw or the law itself. Maybe I was a rich man or a rich man's help. Perhaps I lived in China, perhaps I loved in vain. Maybe I missed the boat, but made the train. Do you believe in past lives? Haven't I met you before? Honey, when they said I was dead, it wasn't true, I was just dead to you.
I wish that I were good, no man. Wish that I were great. I wish that I'd been early more often than late. But nothing lasts forever. Maybe that's fate. When you're alive, you're right. When you're dead, you're a saint. Do you believe in past life? Haven't I met you before? Honey, when they said I was dead, it wasn't true. I was just dead to you. But I ain't dead. I ain't dead anymore. No.
100.9 WCHQ Louisville. Miss Haley Shields live in the studio here on Beyond the Music. Gavin Castor here with you. Beautiful stuff.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. What was your inspiration for that one?
Well, it's by Langhorne Slim, and when his album The Way We Move came out, that was one of the bonus tracks, and I really loved it. I loved the tune. I loved the lyrics, and I think it's my favorite song from that album, and it has kind of a bluesy feel in there, and I really like singing those blues songs, and that had that feel, so I really wanted to see it.
Yeah. You ever feel that way that, you listen to songs, and all of a sudden you've got one that just reaches out and envelops you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what it sounds like it happened on that one. Yeah. Well, you sing it beautifully.
Yeah, thank you.
You really do. Yeah, we've got other guests coming up, and we'll share those with you right here on Beyond the Music. Next week, Charity takes the reins, and her guest will be Enlightening, which that's going to be interesting because it's a very large band. There's, I want to say there's 6 or 8 people here, and Colin's eyes are getting really big. Deer in the headlights look. Drums. Ben Short is the leader of the band. He plays bass, but there's also cello, violin, viola, and percussion, and really amazing stuff. It's instrumental, but it's really, really amazing stuff. And then I will be back the following week with Miss Ashley Ledrick, and then Stuart Wicke will be after that. So a lot of great stuff coming up. And following me tonight will be Cal and Matt for Louisville on Wax. They keep you informed. Flies on the Wall will be on tomorrow night, followed by Blacklisted Comedy Show. Then One Night Only with Mr. Shane Antonio at 10 p.m. On Wednesday, Tara Bassett welcomes Drew Alexander to the Homegrown Radio Hour. And then Mr. Ed Black of Blacklisted Comedy will take over the reins at 10 p.m. Then I believe C.J. Cumberland, I know he's back in town. I believe Cumberland Country comes back at 6:30 on Thursday. And he will be doing the afternoon drive on Thursday from 4 to 6, followed by Hippy Head Spotlight. And his guest will be A Day Late. And then on Friday, Bob Local, Best of the Bluegrass, followed by Kentuckiana Blues Radio. So we've got you covered. And, of course, we don't want to forget every weekday morning from 7 to 9 is the Morning Jam with Kevin and Bryce, with lots of great wake-up music, I like to say. They really, really wake you up. So Anyway, right now, though, you're listening to Beyond the Music, and Miss Haley Shields is my guest. 10 minutes after 9. You can also follow us on Facebook and on Instagram and on Twitter. So we got some pictures up to see the pretty face that goes with the pretty voice.
Thank you.
So what other artists do you like listening to?
I really love Willie Watson. He's who really got me into all this old folk music.
Yeah.
He sings all that old folk stuff, and that's what's on his albums. He's that old folk singer in modern times. But
Yeah.
I really love him. Yeah, he's been a big inspiration to me.
Wow.
No.
So did you come in contact, are these just albums that just laid around the house and you started listening to them, or is it from other people around you that you grew up in? And because it seems to me you've got a really close family. Obviously, your lovely mother's here,
Yes.
and you mentioned before on Sunday Spot your dad's a musician too.
Yeah, he's a mandolin player. He can
Yes.
sing too. My brother plays the banjo, and he can sing, and my sister plays the ukulele, and she can sing too. So we have a musical
Wow.
family.
Wow, that's great. So, did you come in? I guess you came in contact with all these songs through your family.
Yeah, my mom's the one who discovered the Avett Brothers. So thank her for
Yay,
that.
Mom!
Yeah.
Yay, Tracy!
And I grew up listening to Merle Haggard and Marty Robbins because that's who my mom listened to and who my dad
Oh,
listened
yeah.
to, and
That's some great stuff there.
and
Great stuff there.
that's how I got into the old music. And
So that's how you get your style then.
yeah.
Yeah, cool. And I remember when we first met at the Indiana Fiber Fest. That was a lot of fun. That was a really, really cool gig. Great people, and it was a great place for it because it rained cats
Yeah,
and dogs
it
there.
did.
That whole entire weekend. It was unbelievable, but thankfully it was indoors, even though a lot of it was supposed to be outdoors. But they had a couple of llamas there.
Yeah.
That was really cool.
Yeah.
You go up and feed them, and hopefully they didn't spit on you.
Not on me, at least. So
Yeah,
I'm all
that's
good.
So that was a lot of fun and a lot of music there. Of course, Jerry Merriman and his wife put that show on, and wow, all the guests they had there. Two stages.
Yeah. My friend Sabrina Bays, she was there that day. I sing a lot with her, and the Troubadours of Divine Bliss, they were there too.
Yeah, yeah. John Gage was there. Roz Tate. Tarnation Blues Band was there. Oh my goodness, lots of people, lots of acts. So how far you want to take this? You want to try to make a living out of it?
Yeah, that's why I'm not going to college this year, because
Yeah.
I want to focus on music and try to make a career out of
Great.
it.
Great, good for you. Because if you don't try, then you'll be spending the rest of your life saying, "What if?" At least
Yeah.
you give it the good college try. Ha ha ha. That's great. You got some more tunes for us?
I do.
Fantastic. Boy, you got a big playlist, don't you?
Yeah, I play 3-hour gigs at the farmers market, so you got to have
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah, that's right. You're listening to Beyond the Music here on 100.9 WCHQ Louisville. Gavin Castor here. My guest is Miss Haley Shields.
This is It's All Right. Marty Robbins does a version of this. I think Elvis does it too. I just learned this one yesterday, so we'll see how this goes.
Well, that's alright, Mama. That's alright with you. That's alright, Mama. Just any way you do, that's alright. That's alright. That's alright, Mama. Any way you do. Well, Mama, she done told me, Papa done told me too. Son, that girl you're fooling with, she ain't no good for you. That's alright. That's alright. That's alright, Mama. Any way you do. Tomorrow, leaving town for sure. Then you won't be bothered with me hanging around your door. That's alright. That's alright. That's alright, Mama. Any way you do. That's alright.
Miss Haley Shields live here in the studio on Beyond the Music. And you just learned that today.
Yep. Last night I started working on the guitar and got the vocals and got it all set up today. So.
Wow. And you nailed it. That's great. So you're a pretty quick learner, aren't you?
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
So, of course, you've got, 3 years stage experience. Did you have any coaching with that?
No.
Yeah.
Not at all.
You're just a natural. Yeah. That's cool. That's really cool. Guys like me have to be jealous of that. I had to develop it. When you're at the farmers markets, I know with me, my favorite audience is the little toddlers.
Yep.
Yeah.
They love to dance.
Yeah, they love to dance, and I play the nursery rhymes a lot. Do you find yourself doing that?
I don't do any nursery rhymes.
Really? Not the nursery rhymes, but you know the Twinkle Twinkle and the ABC song.
Yeah.
And yeah.
They like the fast ones. They like to dance and they like to boogie.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. Well, you got one for them. That's all right.
Yeah.
That's a good one for them. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You know, you got to play to your audience. I'll play Twinkle Twinkle quite a bit, but you know, I give it my own little James Taylor spin on it. So that way it's easier to take for mom and dad.
Yeah.
But it's fun when you watch them. And it's interesting to see their little personalities, because some of them will run and hide in mom's leg, or some of them will just come right out and start singing, you know, singing along. But I really enjoy farmers markets, because it's a different, it's all ages. You know?
That farmers markets were my first real gig, and I've been doing them for a few years, and
great.
I just love them so much. So.
Yeah. Well, I got to get my plug in. I'll be playing St. Matthew's Farmers Market this Saturday. It's in the morning, 8 to 12. So you got to be an early riser.
Yeah.
I have to get there. I have a pretty big setup, because it's a pretty big market. So I'm usually there at 7 a.m. and to get it all set up, and that's a 4-hour gig from 8 to 12. So once in a while I'll have a few repeats.
Yeah.
But it's
me too.
Yeah, that's a long gig. Do you take breaks?
Sometimes if my fingers start hurting,
Yeah.
sometimes I'll try to make a quick 10-minute one, but I try to play the whole time because they're paying me, and I want
Yeah.
to fill in all my time because they're
Yeah.
paying me to do this. And
Well, yeah. Yeah. Well, that's a good thing. Getting paid is really good.
yeah.
Yeah. Because some of them are tips only, but, you know, if you go there often enough, if you play there often enough, then you get paid. You know, your tips are really good.
Yeah.
So, especially parents, you know, play to their kids, and the kids like to throw tips in the guitar case. It's
Yeah.
really cool. They learn that concept of giving, which is really, really cool. And let's see, I'll be playing that farmer's market, and then I forgot where I'm going to be playing next. Of course, shameless plug here, but yeah. Before I came on the staff here at WCHQ, I was actually a singer-songwriter, and it's funny how different directions life takes you. And I came on here, and I got to be known as a DJ and radio host, and the singer-songwriter part just kind of fell to the side. But not that I don't like this. This is a really cool position because I get to meet lots of great people like yourself, Haley, and the service we do here at WCHQ is a really, it's an honor to be here, even though it's all volunteer work. You know, our mission is to connect the community with the local music scene and local programming, and it's a great thing to be here. And hats off to Kathy Weisbach for getting this thing started about 5 years ago on a laptop in her dining room, and it just took on an entity of its own. It's pretty amazing, and I appreciate you being here too, Ashley. Haley. Oh my God!
I've done the same thing.
I am so out of it. I was saying right before the show, I'm like, my old man is going to hit and kick in and say, I'm going to say Haley Mills. I'm like, no, it's not Haley Mills. Haley Shields. Oh my goodness. I'm going to pull up your Facebook so I've got your name right in front of it. And these are some great picks. In fact, I hope you don't mind me using some of these, a couple of these picks.
Yeah,
one
not
for
at
the
all.
Sunday spot and one for Beyond the Music. Why don't you tell us about that photo shoot right in the middle of winter?
Yes. I just used my camera for that. My mom took them. She was the photographer. And
Yeah.
I was freezing. My fingers felt like they were gonna fall off, but it was worth it. They ended up really cool.
Yeah.
And in my cover photo, you can see my cat trotting along
Yeah,
side me.
I love that.
So-
That is so awesome. And Mom, you are a photographer, aren't you? Oh, okay. I was going to say you're using the rule of thirds there, which for people who are not photographers, if you put your focal point to the side, it adds so much more
Yeah.
to the picture. And if you look at Haley's cover photo, I love it. She is off to the right 1/3. You divide the frame into thirds. She's in the right side of the frame, walking away, and with your fingers freezing off.
Yeah.
In fact, the one that I took for the Sunday spot, you've got snow all over you.
Yes.
I got to ask you about that one.
Yeah, it was snowing while we were doing it, and there was
Wow.
snow all over my hair and all over my guitar.
That
Yeah.
was a really cool effect. But were you concerned about your guitar getting snowed on?
Yeah, I was a little bit, but it wasn't snowing too terribly hard. Where
Yeah.
I dusted off, and we had a jacket or something, and we'd wipe it down, make sure
Oh, sweet.
it wasn't
Yeah.
too snowed on. So
Yeah. Well, on the plus side too, it's a high gloss finish. The higher the gloss, the harder the finish. So it be difficult to hurt a guitar like that. Is this like your dream guitar, or is there another guitar in your future? do you think?
I really like this one. My
Yeah.
guitar teacher, he suggested it to me, and it sounds so good, and it's not too expensive, and it's he said it was good for like a bluegrassy sound, for that bluegrass sound, and I do a lot of bluegrass songs. I do finger picking and or flat picking, and
Yeah.
they sound good.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's a good sounding guitar. And in case you're just tuning in, this is Beyond the Music. My guest here is Miss Haley Shields, and her guitar teacher is the legendary Jeff Guernsey.
Yes.
Yeah, that guy, cannot say enough about the guy. How'd you get in contact with him?
Well, my mom, she's the one who found him. I'm not really sure how, but started taking lessons with him.
Yeah, that's really cool. Really cool. And there's lots of legends around that you don't realize that are easy to get a hold of. There's one local legend here, Mr. Turley Richards, and people don't know him. He was huge in the 60s and 70s. In fact, he was a studio engineer. He's got over, I think he said 50,000 hours in studio time. He's personal friends with Joe Walsh, and lots of other people. And he's just a Facebook message away. He's right here in Louisville, and he's taking in voice students, singing lessons, and also he's producing. So, and he's an amazing guy to listen to. And he plays at Clifton's the first Saturday of each month, Clifton's Pizza. So that's a nice place to go. So don't ever think that these people, even though they have big names, that they're not accessible, because they really are. So we're 26. We got about 4 minutes left in the show. You're talking about the flat picking.
Yep.
You got me curious. I'd like to hear more if you're
Oh,
flat
gosh.
picking.
I have never.
Not to put you on the spot, but I'm going to
Yeah.
put you on the spot here.
Oh no. Okay. I have never flat picked in front of people.
Oh, wow.
Oh well, at jams I have, but
Yeah.
not on the radio.
Okay, cool.
But I'll try.
You've been listening to Beyond the Music. I'm Gavin Castor, and my guest tonight has been Miss Haley Shields. And we want to thank you guys for listening in so much. Miss Haley is going to take us out with some flat picking. And be sure to keep tuned in right here. Cal and Matt are up next for Louisville on Wax. And then tomorrow night, of course, is Flies on the Wall radio show, followed by the Ed Black or Blacklisted comedy show. So for WCHQ, I'm Gavin Castor. Peace to you all.
Just getting up?
Or maybe just going to bed.
Are you dropping the kids off at school?
Maybe going to work.
Are you still riding that buzz from last night's show?
You can get your fix on
The Morning Jam. Kevin and Bryce every weekday morning, 7 to 9.